worth it, I think.
Hey, watch out, Aggie.
It's Mrs. Winkowski to you, son.
Raggy Aggie, you mean?
Hey, no! Hey! Hey, lads, come back here!
Hurry up!
Mate, sweet!
Come on!
Stop that boy! Hey, no! Come on, lads, after her!
Go home! Go home!
Out the way, missus!
Who do you think you are, snots?
Stop!
Are you all right?
Stop, no! Gotcha! Get over! Stop! Right, come with us.
Come with me. Come on, then. Come on. Was that your mum?
Yes.
Do you know your way home?
Yes, but Mama has the key.
Oh, Mama has she? Who are you, then?
I'm Millie.
So what you going to do, Millie?
I don't know.
Well, have you got any neighbours? I mean, somebody who would take you in?
No, Mama doesn't have any neighbours. Not there. My uncles used to visit.
Oh, you've got an uncle.
I have one or two uncles. At least I think they were uncles.
Oh, God in heaven. Do you not have any other relatives?
No. Please, may I come home with you?
Oh, come on, then. My mother must be on the game. Got run in by the police.
And Mother didn't use her and all, did she?
No, she's not been touched, you can tell.
Because there's old buggers as would sell their souls for a bit of humanity such as that one.
Aye, there is.
My name...
She'll go the same way one day, poor little bitch. Right, 10 of the lot.
My God, Aggie, it's hardly worth collecting.
Take it or leave it, I'm not in the mood. Here. Come on.
What's this, then? What's this?
You'll find out. Come on, Henny. Take your things off. Are you hungry?
No, thank you, but I'd like a drink, please.
Come on, I've got some water over here.
Thank you.
That's better. One day I'll go out like this and scare the whole population. See you tomorrow, my dears.
So what's your name?
Millie, what's yours?
Ben Smith, Jones or Robinson. Long time since I said that, eh?
You should know.
I was 8 years old. I'd heard that Billy Steele had died that morning, so there I was after his job. What's your name? Asked Mr. Winkowski. That was her dad, by the way. Ben? Ben what? Ben Smith, Jones or Robinson. Take your pick. And then he gave me a clout round the ear, and not gently at that. He took us on, though.
Your hands are very dirty.
Aye. And if you're going to stay here, you'll get your hands dirty and old before long.
She'll be home tomorrow. Our mother will be out. So, what's your second name?
Forrester. It's spelled F-O-R-E-S-T-E-R.
My. We've got a learned one here.
Can I have a fork, please?
Get her a fork out the drawer. Have you got a dart anywhere?
My pa is dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It was when we lived in London.
There you are, madam. Is there anything else you desire?
You're teasing me now, aren't you? But I always have a knife and fork. It's bad manners to eat with your fingers. At least it is for children, anyway.
Mrs. Winkowski, there is what is called a diplomat in our midst. You know what you've done, don't you?
No.
I've not seen her laughing like that in years.
Is this the first time you've been picked up? They'll rough you up. You don't want that. So who are you with? Big Joe?
Big Joe?
Yeah, well, you're not with Slim Boswell, because I'm with him and I'd know. Hey, listen, love. If you're not with anybody, you better get yourself fixed up. Girls on their own round here have a pretty poor record of survival, like.
Thank you. I'll bear that in mind.
Aye, but she's bonny, that little un. Must have been brought up smart.
Aye, maybe. I cannot see her having a smart future. Her mother wasn't cut out for work by the sound of it.
I dried the plates and everything with the cloth.
There's a clever lass. Do you want a job? As in-between maid. £1, 1 and 1 pence a week.
That's what my ma was. She was a maid for a lady. She will come for me in the morning, won't she? She won't go away, will she? I want her. I want my mama. I want her to put me to bed.
Come on.
Will you be sleeping with me?
Well, if you don't mind, miss.
Oh no, I think I should like you to.
That's very kind of you. Move.
God bless Mama, and thank you for this day, and make me grateful for what I have. And God bless this big woman, lady. And please bring Mama back early in the morning. Amen.
Right into bed with you.
Do you have bed bugs?
No, I do not have bed bugs. A flea now and then, but no bed bugs. Now get in. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. It's just that I'm very particular about my bed. Now come on, love. There you are now. That's cosy, isn't it?
It's very nice, thank you. I can't sleep in the dark.
You got her off then?
Aye, at last. Why, she's got a tongue on her.
Ah, but you should see the way she left them dishes. You could eat your dinner off of them.
She's finicky, I would say. First thing in the morning, get yourself down to the station and see what you can find out about her mother. And no, but if Sergeant Fenwick isn't there, you don't have to talk to anybody else.
Blue bottles.
I feel the same way. But where there's a decent one, you have to encourage him. Do you hear me?
Aye, I hear you.
Good.
Bloody Polis.
You're very big.
Aye, I am very big, and you're very small. And you've got too much to say, so go to sleep.
What's it like to be so big?
Go to sleep!
Hello, Smith, Jones or Robinson. What can we do for you?
You know that woman that they picked up yesterday? The one down at the market?
Aye, I know the one you mean.
Ah, well, Aggie was just wondering, like, what's going to happen to her?
Oh, she hardly seems to know what it's about. She's going to have to watch it, you know. Some of these lasses get in their way and you'll end up in a ditch. Anyway, what's Raggy Aggie's interest?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, and she says to tell you she's missed you the last couple of weeks. And are you keeping out of her way?
Don't be daft. I get some of my best tips from Aggie, so if she wants us to find out about this lass, I'll look into it for her. Of course I will.
Aye. Right.
Well?
She'll be up before the justice in the morning.
Aye, right.
What's going to happen to the young'un if her mother goes along the line? You don't mean to be rid of her, do you?
What's the choice? Look around you, lad. She's been brought up with schooling, with refinement. Can you see her fitting into this? You're going soft in the head, you. It's all them books you're reading. I'll tell you this, you'll go blind reading them small pages.
Shut up, Aggie. Don't be daft.
Don't you tell me to shut up, you young prig, else you'll find the doors locked on you.
Good morning. May I get washed? I should have washed before I put my dress on. But when I see Mama and tell her, she won't mind.
Show her the pump.
I slept very well. It's a nice bed. Thank you.
I do beg its pardon, madam. Yeah. Come on. Hey, I tell you, that little un... If her mother has to do the month, Aggie...
What?
Well, you'll keep her here, won't you? Just until her ma comes out.
Not on your life, lad. What have I told you? What am I going to do all day? Take her with us. Even I have to dress the part or else I'm not trusted. What do you think she would do for us looking like that? And this place looks like a hovel.
Well, it needn't look like a hovel if you'd get off your big fat arse. That's the last time you do that to me, Aggie. I'd die of shame if I hit you back, and I might. I've levelled fellas who think I might be easy game, and you know it.
Is this milk for me?
Aye, me dear. And bread and dripping. Would you like some of that?
Yes, please.
And there's some bacon there.
It's a lovely morning, isn't it? go to get some clothes and things in the yard. What's they for? Is it a kind of shop?
Stop your jabbering and get on with your breakfast. And stay put until I come back.
Laura Forrester. You have been charged with the offence of soliciting for the purpose of prostitution. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
Do you deny it?
No.
£1 or a month? Next.
Mama!
Shut up.
That's Mama. What are they doing to her?
Shut up.
You have been charged with the offence of soliciting for the purpose of prostitution.
Nellie, who's that?
Don't know, she wouldn't tell us her name.
She's very nice.
She's well spoken.
Well, I like that. I like that very much.
Mama!
Billy? Billy! Billy!
Come on. Yeah, love, now don't cry.
What's happened? Is Mama wicked?
No, of course she isn't.
Why has she gone away? What's she done? She shouldn't have gone. She loves me. She said she did.
All right, all right. She can't help it, you know. There's things in life you can't help. Don't cry.
Where am I going to go now? Am I going to stay with you?
Here.
Hello, Aggie.
She got a month.
They know what to expect if they go into that business. I'll walk with you. So, what are you going to do with her?
Hang on to her for the month, I suppose.
That's good of you. God knows what would happen to her if she was let loose. Boswell would soon do a bit of trade there.
I would. That swine was there just now, swaggering about as if he owned the place. If you know about him, why don't you arrest him?
We do, Aggie, we do. But you know how it is. He's supplying something that enough gentlemen want to make the charges fail.
There's not much that makes me sick, but...
Aye, I know, and me. Anyway, little piggies have big ears. And this little piggy, you're going to be all right. Aggie's going to look after you. I tell you what, if you want to come to church with me next Sunday...
Oh, no. She'll go to no Catholic mass while she's under my care.
Come on, Aggie, what have you got against us poor Catholics?
Enough!
You're a good woman, Aggie, in spite of the muck.
Come on, girls.
Did you see that youngster?
Aye.
I've not seen such a valuable little item for a long time. I know the perfect client for that one. He'd pay. By God, he'd pay.
You run along and get yourself some water, then go on.
I knew you would keep her.
Well, you knew more than me. Was the last intention in me life to saddle myself with her. Hey! You're going to have your work cut out.
Oh, aye.
Because it'll be up to you to look after her most of the time. See how you like having her round your feet all day. A month is a long time.
I'll see to her.
Socks.
Shoes.
Hats.
Skirts.
Another hat. Oh, loads of hats. Hats.
Pair of
Hats.
drawers.
Dresses. does it?
Miss Aggie.
What? What is it,
That
child?
lady's stealing them.
What? Right, you. Hey! Let's see if we can got in here, you. Get out of it! Get out of it and don't come back!
Can you hear me, please, love?
How much do you want for this?
Miss Aggie?
Tuppence.
Tuppence. But I wouldn't take it because it really is quite smelly now.
Where'd you find this one, Aggie?
Is she vexed?
Wait a bit here, eh?
Can't stand it no more. There. Pay your mother's fine, for God's sake. I don't know what got in me head. I never thought of it sooner.
I'll tell you what got in your head. It's that bairn out there.
Just go and pay it.
The gentleman who paid your fine would like to make your acquaintance, madam.
Good morning, Mrs. Forrester.
Thank you for paying my fine.
Please.
You really do need help, you know. I could have made all this so much easier for you and your daughter. If only you'd joined my little circus. But you would strike out on your own, unadvised. The name's Boswell, by the way.
Boswell. Oh, yes.
You see, there's your daughter to think of. Let me tell you, I've only just found you in time. If any of the girls had caught you on their patch, you'd have had a broken bottle in your face. That wouldn't have improved your looks, would it? Indeed, your looks hardly need improving.
That's her fine. Complete. Mrs. Laura Forrester.
No, you're too late. See? A fine was paid this morning. She's gone.
Hello, lad. I've got something for Mrs. Winkowski, as a matter of fact. Key to her lodgings. She begged us to get this to Aggie so she could pick up her belongings, like.
Aye, but Aggie wants to be rid of the bairn.
She won't, though, will she?
Don't think so. I don't know. It's all right, Nellie.
Slim paid the fine and took her on. Well, I doubt you'll keep her long. You'll get fed up. You need to be tough as boots and she's a satin shoes job. She'll not last. Anyway, I've got to go.
So she's joined Boswell. God help her.
Aye.
I didn't know you knew Nellie.
She's my cousin.
I can't reach the rest. It must be a long time since they were cleaned. They're very dirty.
Aye, it is. They are. And who taught you to do housework?
Why, Mama, of course, when we lived in London. Have you ever been to London?
No, I've never been to London.
Oh, it's the biggest city in the whole world. It goes on and on and on, and on and on.
You've been lucky?
Yes, I've been lucky.
And you might still be lucky. You could be seeing your ma later today.
Oh, Mrs. Aggie? Oh, will I? Oh, thank you, thank you. You'll like my ma. She's very pretty, you know. Well, you saw her, didn't you?
I'll tell your ma what a good girl you've been, cleaning the place for me. What's happened? Where is she?
Slim Boswell paid her fine. She's out already. And Nellie reckons he's not so much interested in her. He's interested in the bairn.
Oh, my God, what are we going to do? All this because the police haven't got the nerve to close the swine down.
Well, that's his mother sent you this. To get her clothes.
I shouldn't be landed with this. I shouldn't.
Fenwick said that the authorities will probably be round after the little one. Then you'll be able to be rid of her.
Aye, there's always them.
Aye. She's just a plain nuisance after all, isn't she? We'd hardly notice her gone.
Sir!
Anything the matter, sir?
No, nothing.
What's happening?
She's not performing.
Right. Leave it to me. You all right? You're not used to this, are you? Well, you're no use to me, then. You can make friends with some sailors.
Oh! Oh!
You're for the boat.
Nobody would steal a handcart.
Oh, it's happened before. You get the bags. Right.
This is it, Mrs. Aggie. This is Mama's room. This is where she came with my uncles. It isn't a very nice place, but as Mama said, as long as we kept it clean, and it was only for a short time. The house we had in London was so nice.
Come on. There's no time for crying. Let's get on. Oh, now stop that. Stop it. Sort these clothes out, fold them on the bed, and then we'll put them in the bags.
Why? Mama will be coming back.
Do as you're told. Your Mama sent word for me to do this. I told you. You've got to stay with me.
Where is she really?
I told you. She's sorry, but grown-ups can't always do what they want. She had to go to London.
I don't believe you, Mrs. Aggie.
You don't? You don't believe me? Right then, miss, you can stay here and say to yourself then.
I can't. I'm afraid.
Ah, you are, so let's hear no more of it.
I'll arrange the shipment. We'll give her something to keep her quiet. Then you take her down to the boat in time for the tide.
Captain Larson, the tinnitus.
Aye. He'll be away on the last hour of the flood. He's already come up with the money.
What the hell are you playing at, you stupid bitch? She's hanged herself.
There you go.
She hanged herself. She's hanging there. She's dead.
What's going on? Out me way.
Look after laddie and don't talk to anybody, right?
Yes, Mrs. Aggie.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, you're a bonny lass, aren't you? You're very nice. Very nice indeed. We're going to the fair, aren't we?
Aye.
Do you want to come? My little rag nymph.
Aye, it'll be fun. I think you'd be fun and all.
Thank you, but I can't. I have to look after Laddie.
Oh, you don't need it. He's tied up.
Aye, come along, love.
Aye, you'll enjoy it, eh? Hey. Come on. Come on, eh? Come on, eh?
Don't! Miss Aggie! Miss Aggie!
What is it?
That man, Mrs. Aggie, that man, he tried to take me away with him.
What man? Where?
The man who's at that court place that day, when I last saw Mama. You remember?
Aye, I remember.
He asked me if I wanted to go to the fair with him. He called me his little rag nymph.
Let's go.
Look, all I'm saying is it would be best made official. You don't want him pouncing on you later, accusing you of hiding the lass.
Aye, maybe. But Aggie hates the authorities. And the bits of paper.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Good lad.
Come here. Oh, you go and get those things off. And don't argue. Do as you're told. We need to talk. She ran up to us white as a sheet. She senses what he's after. She just can't explain it. She knows Boswell's an evil sod. She knows it. I can't keep a tighter tag on her than I do now.
Boswell or one of his lot will pick her up sooner or later.
Oh, don't.
Not necessarily. You could send her away to a school.
Aye, but Boswell could get her out of a school and all.
Now listen, Mrs. Winkowski, don't let your hair rise, but I'm going to make a suggestion.
Oh, aye.
You want to get her away from here, unless you want her to end up like her mother did. You want a closed school.
Nuns? You bloody mean as muck Catholics, you mean? I'd sooner get manure from a rocking horse as get help from them.
You're letting your hair rise, Mrs. W.
Not with them.
Where else? There's a trade in youngsters, Aggie, and you know it. Young boys have gone too. Boswell's one of the worst. And he's got his sights on her.
Oh, Mrs. Aggie, I don't want to leave. I love it here. And I keep the place clean, don't I?
Aye. Got it looking like a little palace.
Well, then.
We'll miss you, Millie. Of course we will. But you get to come home for your holidays.
Listen carefully, child. That man is bent on taking you away from us. He's an evil man. Bad. Very bad. Now, neither of us can keep an eye on you every minute of the day. And Ben and me, both, well, we care what happens to you. 'Cause in a way, you belong to us now. So it is for the best. Do you understand? Good lass.
Oh, laddie. I'll try not to get the place too mucky, eh?
Well, Mrs. Winkowski, you may leave your ward with me, and know she will not come into contact with anyone other than prescribed visitors to our community.
Aye, good.
It seems to me, under the circumstances, that it would be better for all concerned if holidays were curtailed.
Oh, she has to come on holidays. Whatever holidays the other bairns have, she's got to have the same. Is that understood? Or it's no go?
Very well. If that is how you wish it, Mrs. Winkowski.
That is the way I wish it, 'cause it's me that's going to be paying the 10 and 6 a week.
Real education never came cheaply, I fear.
Now you're going to be all right. Come on. It'll be all right.
Don't worry, my dear. You're very fond of her, I can see.
Fond? I love her.
Come on, let's get a move on.
A convent. That's rich. Serve the brat right. Can you see it? Locked up with a bunch of nuns day and night. A convent, eh? No, I can't see that one working. Not a hose, Brett. We'll catch up with her.
Get up! Up, 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 up! Up!
Get up! That's better.
You must use your changing vestment.
Why?
Please, you'll get us all into trouble.
What's it for?
You mustn't see your own body or anyone's whilst you're changing.
Why not? It's my body. I've seen it lots of times.
You mustn't. The body is the source of temptation, of polluting thoughts.
What?
Hurry up or you'll be late for washing. When you put on your underclothes, don't put on your dress. Put on your dormitory cloak.
What's your name?
Annabel Quinton. What's yours?
Millicent Forrester.
Watch out for Mabel Noster. That's her in the end. She sucks up. Stick with me. You'll be all right.
Stop that whispering.
Good morning, Sister Mary.
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done
sister.
Don't do that. I've done nothing wrong. My sums are all correct, all of them.
Do we understand each other yet? Eh, miss? Now, I didn't say your sum was wrong, but you're writing instead of printing. I want your work printed. Do you understand me? Plenty of time to show off your handwriting when you've doubled your age. Understand?
Our house in London was very nice.
When was it you lived there?
Until my father died. My mama died of the fever last year. That's why I live with Mrs. Aggie.
I'm an orphan too. I live with my cousins.
Sister? There goes another bloody cow and all. Millie! Well, she is. She teased me about the way I spoke in class. Going around with that smile on her face all the time. She looks cracked to me.
Millie, you mustn't, Millie.
I like Sister Cecilia. Sister Mary thinks it's a punishment sending me off to the kitchen. But she's the only one who's teaching me anything.
Has Sister Mary sent you to me again?
Yes, Sister Cecilia.
Were you disobedient?
I suppose I was, Sister Cecilia.
Much as I enjoy your company, Millicent, I'm hoping you're not deliberately disobedient so as to be sent ahead of me.
I hope I'm not too.
Anyway, I'm pleased to have you here.
Who are you talking about?
There she is. That's her.
My God, the old cow. You don't have to stay, you know. Not if you're being hammered.
I want to stay, though. I've made a good friend. And I'm learning to cook. And I must stay to kick the old cow's shins one day, you know.
So she means to get her own back before she leaves.
Aye.
She's becoming a right little monkey. She's learning and all, she reckons.
You know, I can't believe she's the same girl that was so polite. She used to get on your nerves, didn't she? And that voice of hers.
Aye.
Well, I reckon politeness is slipping a bit.
She's made a polite young friend, mind.
Has she?
Been invited there and all. I'll have to go knocking in some of me smarter streets. See if I can find something she can hold her own in.
So what does Annabelle's uncle do?
He's the manager of the Crane Boulder factory. She's a real friend. I've never had a friend before.
Oh, you've got me, he cried. Cut to the very quick.
Don't be daft. Of course I have you, but you're, well, family sort of, aren't you?
Aye. Smith, Jones and family. Sort of.
It is nice to be with you, Ben.
Aye. You and all. I've started another book, by the way. Want me to tell you the story?
Yes, please.
Well, there was this lad, poor as half a church mouse, and he summoned uptown to play with the daughter of a rich woman. Now, the rich woman's a mite derelict in the thinking department. Like how being stood up at it.
What is it, dear?
Well, there's a cart stopping outside the house. Look at the thing. I'm not sure this was a good idea of Annabelle's.
Oh, dear.
Now stop that.
This is my friend Millie, my guardians, my uncle and my aunt.
It is very good to meet you, Mr. Quinton, and very kind of you to invite me to your house. Mrs. Quinton, how do you do?
How do you do?
Yes, well, how do you do, Millie? Good. Come in, come in.
I'll be back later on for it.
Thank you.
Geography, dear children. Geography is about the countries of the world. But the holiest and loveliest country in the world is Ireland. So it's Ireland we'll be after looking at today.
And last week, and the week before. Sister?
Yes, my child?
What about next week, sister?
Ah, well, next week we'll be looking at the holiest and loveliest country in the world, Ireland.
Stupid. Stuart, come out here, you. What do you mean by this?
Nothing, sister.
Well, it means nothing, that's for sure. I told you to write about Jesus in the temple.
I did. I just pretended it was happening now.
What you have written here is blasphemous nonsense. That's what trying to be clever, blasphemous rubbish, rubbish. And this hair, I told you, one plait, at the back and tight. What's this? This is defiance. Defiance, vanity, pride, made of pride. You are stuffed with pride. Well, will soon sort that out. Wicked! Wicked! You need shriving! Oh! You blasphemous wicked girl! The works of Satan shall not prevail. It's better for you. You never been born, child of evil. I'll kill her. I will. She shall be dead. She's from the dregs. Her mother was on the streets. She took her own life.
Take her to her cell. And you, do not move. Wait right there.
Come, child.
Some people cannot stand the sight of beauty. It's a joy they're missing. Poor dear Sister Mary has never known joy. You must forgive her. I think you're old enough to understand what I'm about to say to you now. Resist evil, my dear. The evil that men do. Resist evil, my dear. The evil that men do.
Come on, eh?
Don't! Miss Aggie! Billy!
The evil that men do.
No.
No? Oh, they're all right.
You make the best currant buns I've ever tasted. What?
You don't have to watch her all the time, you know.
I was watching her for my own pleasure, Mrs. Winkowski. She's a beautiful young woman.
She's an unhappy young woman. She works too hard.
Aye, maybe. But look around you. Keeps this place like a little palace. She takes satisfaction from that. She's told us.
She would say that. She wouldn't want us to worry.
And her cooking. Those nuns taught her something useful there. She takes pride in it.
She takes pride in all she does, but she's still like a bird in a cage.
Post! Hello? A representative of the Royal Mail. Welcome, old Royal One.
Yeah, man.
It will be wonderful to see you and talk of our times together. I'm no longer at the convent now, but attend a school in Yorkshire. There is so much to tell you, I do hope you'll come. Also, my guardian, Mrs. Quinton, would like to speak to your guardian about something that may be of benefit to you. Your friend, Annabel Quinton.
Something that may be of benefit to you? What does that mean?
Perhaps they're going to adopt you.
I don't want to be adopted. I've been adopted.
They still live up at Crane Boulders Park, do they?
Leave our poor visitors alone. Millie, lovely to see you. And this must be Mrs. Winkowski.
Pleased to meet you, ma'am.
Won't you come inside? Well, isn't this pleasant? So nice to see Millicent again. We both, Mr. Quinton and I, thought her very charming and amusing when we met her. She's turned out very well, I must say.
Something of benefit to her. That's what Annabel put in the letter. What did you have in mind?
Yes, I'm glad you... It's a domestic post. I'm looking for a nursemaid.
A nursemaid? Somebody to look after the bairns, Millie? I'd have thought there's plenty of lasses ready to jump into such jobs, ma'am.
Yes, there are plenty, Mrs. Winkowski, but they're not the type we appreciate. The majority of girls we see can neither read nor write. None of them seems able to exercise the least control over the children. Would you be willing to mention it to Millie?
Aye, I'd be willing. It'd be her choice, mind.
Yes, of course. There is another reason that I proposed this post for Millie. Annabel tells me that Millie was sent to that school because you entertained certain fears regarding a man who seemed bent on... Well, how can one put this? Abducting her. It would clearly be of benefit for Millie, for her to be here.
Aye, it might. But I've not seen hiding a hair of that man for over a year. He could be out of town by now.
I'm sure you're the best judge of that. I only put it to you. Do you know anything of her mother?
Only that she died before her time and had been a lady's maid.
Oh, indeed. A lady's maid. Perhaps it's from her mother that she inherited that air that she possesses. And she's a credit to you, Mrs. Winkowski.
Is your dad still in there?
Yes, he is.
Do you want to try it?
I don't know.
I think there's something you're forgetting.
Oh, aye?
Well, just because we've seen nothing of Boswell lately, it doesn't mean he's disappeared. I think for your own good, at least for the next year or so, I think you'd be best out of the way. And you know something? She thinks the same.
Do her? You know, do you? Well, let me tell you, without her, this place would look like a hovel. And you won't be getting those fancy meals she spoiled you with.
Oh, Mrs. Aggie, I won't go. Was it...
She thinks maybe it's best for you to go. But she doesn't want you to. And neither do I. Millie. What's the matter?
Have you seen our Betty?
What's happened?
Where can she be? Nobody seems to have seen her.
We saw her last night outside the pub.
Well, she wasn't there when himself come out.
She was there when we were driving home.
But by the time he came out, she wasn't there. He always goes in on his way from the pit. If she's there, it brings him home. We've knocked on every door, we know every last one. Jack's gone mad. Don't tell me she's been picked up. Please, God. It's been the fear of me life.
Look, she may be all right.
Have you been to the police?
Aye, I went. What'll they do? Jack's right. Half of them must be in somebody's pocket. I mean, have you ever heard of them finding a missing youngster? And the dirty buggers don't go for the rag or slot that's swarming the place, no. They take their pick. My God, it's a wonder that one's escaped.
Be prepared to bend your knee and keep your mouth shut.
I just might have to, mightn't I? And you wouldn't, would you?
Of course not. Free soul, that's me.
Except for Mrs. Aggie in the yard.
Well, laddie. You must never forget, if it hadn't been for Mrs. Aggie in her yard, God knows where we'd have been at this minute. She could easily have given me the push after her dad died and taken on somebody... well... more presentable, like.
I'm gonna miss you all over again, Ben.
Aye. You're not the only one. I tell you, that yard's like a dead place when you're out of it. But you understand why you have to go away again, don't you?
Yes, Ben, I understand. It's just sometimes I ask myself why...
Look, you know as well as I do. There's no need to go into it.
But there is, Ben. There is.
You shouldn't look as you do. You attract the wrong kind. Now that's the answer. And I'm saying no more.
Without me to look after, you can have a lot of time on your hands, Ben. Why don't you go to school?
What? What are you saying? At my age?
Lots of people who are completely grown up go to school. At night, some of them after work. You know they do.
But those places are all run by holy Joes, man. Bible in one hand, collecting plate in the other.
They can't all be. You should, Ben.
Hello, Millie. How are you, Millie? Hello. Nice to have you back again. Hello. What a funny old cart. And a sad little horse. Has he been here before? He's a brother, stupid. He's got a funny back.
Aye. And I'm an ogre and all. Go on, get.
Patrick, Mary. Oh, Millicent, you're here. Good morning. Well, you better come in.
Thank you, Mrs. Quinton. Mum.
It's nice to see you again.
Keep out of the bloody way!
Be quiet.
My handsome boys.
Good journey.
You wouldn't dare! I shall tell Mama! Don't, Papa's in. Come on, let's clean up. Don't worry, Mary, you'll get your room back.
I just had a thought. Did you know we could have something that only dukes and Roman emperors and such people enjoyed? They said it aided digestion.
What's that?
Music while we eat.
How can we have that?
Well, you could play your penny whistle to us like you were in the garden.
Patrick isn't allowed to play in the house. He'd get into trouble.
Well, let's see what happens this time, shall we? I'll take the blame, I promise.
You know, when I first left Millie in charge by herself, I was quite nervous, as you might imagine. But when I returned home, there was something about the house. In fact, ever since she's been here, it's as if the house has been blessed.
Well, she certainly seems to be settling in well. Damn the boy.
Please, dear, let's not blunder in. Come with me.
This girl's a good, intelligent girl. She'd likely be able to teach you as much as you'll be able to learn at school, because she's been to school. I don't want to know who locked her in. I'm just telling you that if Millie has to go because of you, Patrick, or you, Mary, then that's the end of it. No more school. You start work. And that means the stable's up at the Grange for you, Patrick. Do you want to be mucking out and oiling leather all day long?
No, sir.
No, sir. Well, that's the last warning I'm going to give you. Go on then, off with you.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, ready, and 1,
Who's the girl?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Who cares? She's just a damned Quinton's servant.
That's it. And come on. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1.
Are you enjoying yourself at the Quintons?
Yes, I am. Very much.
Well, that's good.
Listen, could you put my mind at rest about something?
Where were you brought up, lass? A rag and bone yard? Your knuckles too dainty to knock?
I'm sorry.
I'm not. This is me. You've seen it now. However smart I make myself, I'll always know you've seen me in me full glory.
Don't, Ben. I don't mind.
No? Well, it's not for you to mind, is it? Now, what do you want?
It's not me, it's Mrs. Aggie. And she's worried about you.
She's no reason to be.
Why didn't you tell her what's going on?
There's nothing going on.
Ben, she told me that twice a week you get into your smart suit and go out for the whole evening. You don't tell her where you're going. She thinks you've taken up with some woman. Well, have you?
She can't be that daft. You've seen me. What do you think, they're queuing up for me favours?
Ben, stop it! I can't bear it when you're like this. I'm going.
Aye. Well, there's many things we all have to bear. You see, my mind's working all the time, but it's going round in circles. And the circles are not getting any wider. So, I thought, well, there's many a better man than me started to learn when he was well on in age. So that's what all this is about. I've joined the night class.
Oh, Ben, I am glad. Well, why didn't you tell Mrs. Aggie?
She'll just think I'm learning to better myself so as I can get away from her.
But you're not.
I know I'm not.
Well, then I think you should tell her.
All right. I'll tell her.
She's wiser than you give her credit for. Almost as wise as you, come to think of it.
Me? Wise?
Yes. The things you say sometimes. Your summing up of things.
I shall have to remember that.
Yes, please do. Then perhaps you won't be so silly about...
About me crooked body.
Yes.
I'm silly about it, am I?
Yes, you are. It doesn't matter to Mrs. Aggie and me, so why should it matter to anybody else who loves you?
Come on.
Master, mistress, we were playing.
I should have said you were beyond the playing stage, child. And who is this?
I'm nursemaid to the children and helper to Mrs. Quentin, Mum.
Speak when you're spoken to. Boy, go to the stables. Tell the men the carriage needs attention. Away with you, run!
So you like to dance, do you?
Yes, sir.
Well, I must tell you that your dancing has dislodged your cap. Lovely hair.
Come along, children.
Any questions?
This Public Health Act came in 48, you say?
That's right, Ben.
Well, it's had a while, then. What's gone wrong? Well, if the rats have got more living space than most people...
Just because something has passed by Parliament, it doesn't mean it will happen. There's decent, brick-built houses not half a mile from here. Half of them are empty. Why do you think that is?
People preferring what they know.
Good. Yes. It's not just the ruling classes who want things to stay as they are. You'd be amazed where some of the opposition to the Child Labour Act came from. See you on Friday, Ben?
Ah, you will. And thank you, sir.
It's a pleasure teaching you, Ben.
Hey! Don't talk to us then, Mr. Smith, Jones or Robinson.
That's you, Nellie. Those away in the cloud. Just been listening to a fella tell us about the new act. Child labour, you know. Interesting, I can tell you.
This is me cousin Ben. This is Beatrice.
Hello. Well, you'd think, wouldn't you, that it would go by on the nod, but what a stink. All this new law was saying was that bairns shouldn't be put to work until they were 10-year-old.
Oh, well, me and B are all right then. We didn't start whore until we were 11.
Is that true? Nell,
Would I lie to me own flesh and blood?
I'm serious, Nell.
Aye, we did. I did. B must have been there or thereabouts, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Beatrice, come here. Come here, lass.
I didn't know.
Come here.
It's either that or the workhouse. That or starve. Got to play the cards you're given.
Aye. True enough.
Anyway, see ya.
Come on, Nellie.
Have you heard anything about young Betty Walton, by the way?
Listen, there's no point in asking. She'll be well along the line by now. And don't you start asking either. Not unless you want your other leg shortened for you.
Millie, please take a seat. Thank you, Alice. Millie, you've been invited to a party at the Grange. Are you pleased?
Oh, I'm pleased to be invited, Mum. What sort of party is it?
Mrs. Crane Boulder's half-brother, Mr. Bernard Thompson, is coming of age, so they're to give a party for him. Next evening, they're to give a party for the servants, and you're invited to that. Mr. Crane Boulder particularly asked that you should be invited. I understand you met him in the park.
Yes, we met.
So I shall say, shall I, that you will go?
Thank you. I would be obliged, Mum.
That's it.
I tell you, I wouldn't mind being on the Crane Boulder staff myself if I could meet this in at the party. Did you ever see anything so lovely?
Chinese Charlie's wife did a good job of that frock. I never thought that material would turn out so well.
Aye, but look who's wearing it, Aggie.
Oh, that frock would make anybody look good. And it cost us $50, what with the steaming and the pressing. So don't you muck it up, lass.
Allow me, Mom. I'd lift you down, Mom, if it wasn't for me mucky proletarian hands, Mom.
You're what?
Oh, he comes out with half a dozen of them a day. It's enough to put me off me food, I can tell you.
It doesn't seem to, though.
Cheek.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Aggie.
Hey, God in heaven.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Thank you.
What next? What next?
You can't thank her, can you?
Aye, but that's her way. If she'd stayed, she'd have been blubbing. Don't you realise, me dear, that for her, you're the sun that rises, and the moon that sets, and all that goes on in between?
That's nice. Where did you read that?
Well, it came out of me own thinking.
What does proletarian mean, anyway?
It's us. It's a toff's name describing the working classes, whether they're working or not.
So you're enjoying evening school, then?
Aye. Teacher likes me because I speak up and ask him awkward questions. I'm teacher's pet, like. See ya.
I'd get out of that frock if you don't want the hem soiled. As you've likely noticed, lass, this floor isn't as clean as it used to be when you were here.
Well, I'll clean it, shall I?
You'll not, it suits me. Where's his lordship gone? Oh, he's Sunday danned around the district. It's surprising what you learn. He's getting too big for his boots, him.
Well, I'd have thought you'd been proud of him going to evening school.
Education's all right for them that needs it. Otherwise, it just stirs the mind.
Don't you believe in changing yourself?
No, change never did anybody any good. God sets you in a space, he gives you the work to do, and you do it the best you can.
You don't like people getting on, then? Getting out of the rut?
Not if they're meant for the rut. No, now go and change that frock.
Mrs. Agnes Winkowski, you are a mystery to me.
Oh, is that what I am, is it?
Yes, you are. And if I didn't love you for anything else, I would love you for giving me this beautiful dress. Oh, I promised to show the children. May I?
Yes, yes. Plenty of time. The boy's still sorting out the trap.
That dress, my dear, you don't think it's going to cause quite a stir?
Good. They need stirring up that lot.
Oh, that's lovely, that is.
My God, look at her.
Be quiet. I'm sorry, I thought it was a party.
Of course it's a party. What do you think it is? But we know how to dress for a party.
I should have been told.
It's that Quentin's servant girl who goes dancing in the woods. Why is she rigged out like that?
I dare you to ask her to dance, Davy.
What? Me, Mama?
Come on, Bernard. Do your stuff and let them get on with it.
Thank you all very much for your kindness to me and for your good wishes. And particularly for the very fine saddle you presented to me. I'm not much good at giving speeches, matter of fact, so I suggest the musicians start up and we dance.
Hold on, Bernardo. A speech of dazzling brilliance, as usual.
Why aren't you dancing? What's your name?
Millicent Forrester, sir.
Millicent Forrester. Yes, I think it suits you. Will you dance? Who taught you to dance?
I've never been taught, sir. I've watched sometimes. That is all.
You're as light as a feather. I cannot believe you've never danced before.
Oh, I have danced, sir, but never in this way.
What do you dance then?
There's a boy in my charge plays a penny whistle, and I dance to that, in my own way. Oh, I have been taught one proper dance.
What's that? The waltz?
Nope. The Irish jig.
Would you do me the honour, my dear?
Ladies and gentlemen, a Scottish reel.
I've seen enough of the servants' terpsichorean efforts for one evening. I'm off. There's a magnum of Burgundy in the library. Shame not to finish it. Come on, boys.
Yes, Mama.
I've got a surprise in store for you boys.
Mistress wants to see you. You'd bring her as well. It's the last door on the left. Don't go in until you're told.
Come in. Come here. I said, come here.
What do you want with me, Mum?
You were made to tempt men. I'm going to see that you're not disappointed. Go on, Davy, get her. Get her! Get her! Go on, Davy. Show me the whore how it's done. Get her! Strip her! Strip her!
What? You filthy drunken slut! Get off, you cringing little puppy! You scum! Get out! Get out of here! You scum!
Are you all right? Are you hurt? Are you all right?
Yes.
I'll take her back to the Quintons.
You've done enough harm this evening.
Aye?
It was your dancing with her that began this. You danced with none of the other maids in that way. Leave it to me, please. I'll take you home.
What's going on? Oh my God, what's happened to you, lass?
Who the hell are you? Please, she needs to lie down.
It's all right, Ben. This is Mr. Thompson. He's been very kind.
You better come in, sir.
I'm deeply sorry. But I thought it best to bring her straight here, to her home.
We are grateful to you, sir.
I've come home, Mrs. Aggie. I'm home.
There, love. And that'll be a penny 80 for the lot and cheap at the price. There you go,
It's about time. Some of these good ladies here have forded rivers, climbed mountains, and some of them have even walked here. All for the sake of your custard pies.
You'll be late for school, Mr. Smith, Jones or Robinson.
Aye, we will. All three of us. It's going to be a really good trade, you know. You coming back's the best thing that ever happened to Aggie's yard. And I don't like you working so hard, mind.
I like working hard.
Right, there's Sir back again. Now, you're doing very well, lads. Now then, how does it go? Jamie, you kick us off. How does it go then?
Mr. D, Mr. I, Mr. F, F, I, Mr. C, Mr. U, Mr. L, T, Y.
Difficulty. And that wasn't very difficult, was it? Top marks.
Carry on with your reading. I want a quick word with Mr. Smith here.
Teaching? Me? I'm not even educated myself.
I've been teaching for 25 years. I'll tell you something. You're a natural. I'm not talking about stopping your own learning, but you could take on some of the youngsters and I'd pay you.
Pay me?
Not a fortune, but something. What do you say?
What do you think I'd say?
Hello?
Mr. Thompson.
I'd have come sooner, but I was wondering how Miss Forrester was.
Well enough, you know. She's a glutton for work, but she's well enough. Come to see, have you?
Yes, I'd like to.
I'm sure she'll be pleased to see you. cat's dropped in.
Mr. Thompson.
I'm glad you remember me, Miss Forrester. Mrs. Winkowski tells me you're working too hard.
She is. Look at her.
Saturday's always a bit heavy, that's all.
Mrs. Winkowski tells me it was your idea.
Yes, it was.
And you're running your own business?
I suppose I am.
I am too. So, I wonder, now that you're a businesswoman in your own right, whether you feel you might be allowed to come out?
If invited, I think I might. I'd have to ask Mrs. Aggie.
Oh, hello there.
Ben, this is Mr. Thompson, who was so kind to me on the night of the party.
Aye, I remember.
I was just passing on my way to visit friends, so I called in to see how this young lady was getting on.
Oh, aye. Friends of yours live round here, do they?
Ben?
Not far away, as a matter of fact.
Surprising. How far away? Where was you just passing to?
I know enough about the disparity between one end of this town and another.
I doubt it.
I know enough. I'm part owner at the Crane Boulder Works now. I wonder if you've heard of the changes I've made, work practices and so on.
And what's the age of your youngest employee? 8? 9?
Ben!
Aye, Millie? You want me to stop me tongue? You should know better than that. It was you that pressed me into educating myself. Well, once you start thinking, there's no more rest for you.
Will you do me the kindness to walk with me to the gate?
I'm sorry. I must apologise.
No, there's no need. All that he said has the force of truth. Though I hope he mistook the target. I am trying in my way to do something about it. May I come and visit you again?
Oh, I should like that.
You make me very happy. Until the next time, then.
Come on, lad. What's the matter?
Nothing.
How could you? If we didn't almost live in the same house, I'd never speak to you again. We all hate the way things are, and he's one of the people who can do something about it. And means to.
What was he doing here? He's no good. None of his type are.
Don't be so stupid. Ben's got it all wrong. Mr. Thompson's a gentleman. He's kind.
Do you like Mr. Thompson? I mean, a bit more than like him.
Yes, I do.
Well, then, we'll just have to see what happens. But don't be hard on Ben, he can't help it. He's jealous.
Ben? Jealous?
Well, he is a man, isn't he? His back might be crooked, but he is a man for all that.
But Ben is like my brother.
Stand in front of a mirror and take a good look at yourself. No man will ever think of himself as a brother to you. Make sure you look after her now.
Don't worry, Mrs. Winkowski. She's in safe hands. Drive on, Corbett.
Walk on, no.
Millie, you must meet my aunt. She lives so close. She lives with a companion, a servant of hers, because she needs looking after.
Why? Is she ill?
No, she's just a little troubled in her mind, that's all. Mostly it's unnoticeable. She just seems over-cheerful. But she's very fond of company, so I visit her when I can. She'd love to meet you, I know. Good. That's settled then.
Bye-bye. Oh, Mrs. Aggie.
Well?
We had such a lovely time. And Bernard's invited me to meet his Aunt Chrissy.
Well, he's obviously taking you in then. With his fancy talk.
I've had just about enough of this.
What?
Listen to me.
No! I'm gonna have me say. You've got big ideas for her, haven't you? You think that bloke's on the square? You think he's gonna say, may I ask for the hand of your ward? In marriage, that is, Mrs. Winkowski. You don't reckon he's just thinking of taking her behind the bushes, do you?
Ben Smith, shut your stupid, jealous mouth. Get yourself out of here before I level something at you. You're gonna be sorry for this.
Aye, I might be. But there's two people that'll be sorrier.
You be your age, Ben Smith. We've got to let her go. I'm willing, by God, and she's brought me the only bit of happiness I've ever had. But I'm willing, and I'm going to make sure you are too. Because where she's concerned, your head's not recognised in that crooked back of yours. I know what's going on in your mind.
You don't half rub it in sometimes.
Oh, I know what all this education business is for. No amount of education will straighten that crooked back.
Excited you're here at last. I've always imagined you being here. I mean, ever since I got the place. Come and meet Aunt Chrissy.
Bernard, it's lovely.
Oh, my dear, my dear. I didn't hear. I thought I didn't hear the carriage. I wasn't sure. Oh, how nice it is to see you, my dear boy. Is this the young lady?
Yes, Aunt Chrissy. This is the young lady.
Tea is all ready. It's been ready this hour. I love my tea. Don't you like tea, Miss
Millicent.
Millie, Aunt Chrissy.
Millie! Oh, what a sweet name. Millie, of course you told me. Millie. Do you like tea?
Now, sit yourself down, Aunt Chrissy, and stop your chattering, otherwise you'll frighten Millie away.
Will I? Oh, I won't, will I? Will I?
No, I'm sure you won't.
Why don't you call for tea, Aunt Chrissy, and I'll show Millie round the house.
Yes, yes, that is what I'll do.
It's so beautiful.
What are you thinking?
I was thinking that I have for this afternoon stepped into fairyland.
You could live in fairyland, if you so wish. It's a happy house.
I know, I can feel it.
What luck I've had. It concerns me sometimes. People can be very cruel, you know. For years my family shut Aunt Chrissy away. There's no harm in Aunt Chrissy at all. She's just forgetful, not very good at looking after herself. So when I came into my money, a plan began to form in my mind. Oh, that's where she got to. Aunt Chrissy probably forgot what it was she went out to do before she even left the room. Millie, I know how happy I would be with you. I love you very much. You know that, don't you?
Yes, I do. I love you.
You do? Really? You love me?
Yes. Ever since I saw you again, I realised that from when you danced with me and carried me home. I don't remember ever not.
Millie, I am the happiest man alive. I love you. I love you.
I'm so happy, I feel I could burst.
And what are you so happy about?
You know.
He's spoken, lass. Ian, I'm so glad for you.
We are so in love. He says he wants to come and see you. Oh. Mrs. Aggie, you should see that house. It's a paradise, it's perfect. And he's had it all done out with me in mind. Oh, I wish we had some music. Piano, anything, I want to dance.
Why, dance yourself upstairs and change your togs and then you can come down and tell me about it.
It won't be a minute.
Well?
It's done, she's getting married. You've got to face it. Where are you going? Oh, you're not going to get sozzled again, are you?
I wouldn't waste me money.
No, I'll go. My eyes are getting tired anyway.
Millicent Forrester.
Yes?
That's your name, isn't it?
Yes, that's my name.
My name's Forrester and all. Reginald Forrester. I'm your father.
No. No, my father's dead.
Recognised you as soon as I saw you. You're the spitting image of your mother.
Ben.
What's wrong, Mill?
There's a man outside, says he's my father. He can't be. My father's dead.
Stay here.
She says you're her father.
I am.
What's your game?
I've come for me daughter, Millicent Forrester.
Oh, no. Nobody's got any claim on Millie. I don't care who you are.
Let him in. It's got to be tackled. Best done right now.
It isn't my fault that the truth's been kept from you. Your mother should have told you about it. Heard yesterday that she did herself in. Well, I'm not surprised. Nervy. Always was. Do you think I could ask you for a drink of something?
Get him one.
Come here. I'm not gonna bite you. I think it's time we got to know each other, don't you?
Why have you come back now? Why has it been so long? Where have you been?
I can guess where he's been.
Aye, I've been in jail. For defending her mother against a fella. 12 years for self-defence. Damn near swung for it.
He died, did he?
Not at the time. Later. They brought in self-defence, as I say. Good behaviour got us out early from where I should never have been. So you can see I come as soon as I could. Not much of a welcome I'm getting, is it?
What do you expect?
At least she could give us a civil word. I've got claims on her. She's mine.
My God, mister, you want to get your ideas sorted out. You've no claim on her, she's my ward. It was done by a legal man, I signed a paper. And a friend who is a police sergeant was the witness.
All I want is to get to know you, lass. We can get into who claims who after. I worked hard for you and your mother. I was a butler. I had prestige. Well, perhaps I can get work again. Can you put us up for a few nights, missus? Just until I get myself sorted.
No, I'm sorry, I can't. Here, that should get you berthed for a couple of nights.
Be seeing you, daughter.
That man isn't my father. He's an imposter. I've dreamed of what he was like there for years and years. He was a gentleman. He had a lovely face. His manner was sweet and kind.
He is your father. Whether you like it or not, there's nobody else.
So I've got a prostitute for a mother and a murderer for a father? Is that it?
Look, that woman did what she could to keep you alive, and don't you ever despise her.
What do you think you're up to? That's the last thing she needs is some rough handling after meeting that individual. It's all right.
So who do you like then?
Good evening. Good evening, sir. It's so nice to see you again. Would you like to follow me upstairs?
He can't take you. You'd have to change that bit of paper saying you're Aggie's ward.
The sergeant said he might try to.
Don't worry about it.
Hello there. Off someplace?
I'm going to Sunday school.
Oh, well then, that'll give me the chance to walk with you, won't it?
Or will it?
You seem to have fallen on your feet.
I'm the sort as always finds work. I work in a hotel now. Kind of a hotel eating place. There's a concert in one of the halls this evening. I saw it advertised. How's about coming along?
She doesn't go out at night.
From what I understand, she doesn't go out at all. You cannot keep her tied up here for life. She's my daughter, and I say she should be out, seeing and being seen.
What the hell do you mean by that? That's what you think, is it? You've got a nerve. All that stuff about defending her mother. You were with another woman. Another man's wife. It was her husband you had to defend yourself from, you poor devil. Her mother had nothing to do with it. And as for Millie, she'll go when she's good and ready to go. And the only tying up she's had is to protect her from the likes of you.
I don't trust him. I don't want to see him. Can't we stop him coming here?
No, we can't. You could go to see a solicitor.
I won't go with him, whatever happens.
You won't have to, love. He's going to be too late whatever he does, because there's Mr. Bernard Thompson to consider now, isn't there? When did he say he'd come?
This week, if he meant it.
He meant it, take it from me. He's a nice young man. It was a young man's passion I saw. He meant it.
Hello, cousin.
Whiskey.
Haven't seen you for a while.
I've been learning to be a bit of a teacher now.
So you finally took you on like you threatened?
Aye, he took me on.
Why so down in the mouth then?
Nothing.
Listen. I've met your Millie's dad. You want to watch out for him. Slim's took him on. He's working for Slim now.
Boswell?
Who else? I'm not on the streets anymore. I'm minding the shop for him. He's up to something. Just thought you should know.
What's going on?
You tell me.
Someone's been stealing from us.
It's nothing to do with me.
You're supposed to be in charge. You tell me who it is to do with. Or you're back out on the streets.
You're not the first and you won't be the last to be lifted out of the lower end.
Maybe. Well, what'll happen to you, Mrs. Aggie, if I go?
I'll get back into the old scene one way or another. Don't you worry about me. Anyway, Ben'll help if I need anything. He'll stick by me. Even if he has ignored us all day. What's he all togged up for? He's walking funny and all. What's all this? New boots?
I had 'em made for me.
Made for you?
Aye. One heel's higher than the other to help me walking.
I've noticed. Made for you.
Aye, made for me. If I'm to be a teacher, and I am, then I must aspire to it.
Teaching? You?
Aye, teaching me. I've not wasted me time all these years, Mrs. Winkowski. Me body's been living in this warren, but me head's been somewhere else. It's some years now since I learned that a noun is a name of anything.
My God.
I'm pleased, Ben.
Are you? Well, you'll see. I'll get there. And on me own. I'll do it on me own. Well, that's my life all set ahead. Now we both know where we're going, don't we? Just hope it turns out as we intended, eh, Millie?
Walk on.
I shouldn't be going. You're not well.
No, lass. Now you go and enjoy yourself.
Well, would you let him in just for a minute? I think he wants to talk to you about something.
I'm sorry, but I can hardly get me breath.
All right. I'll tell him to speak to you next time, shall I?
Well, it's you he wants to be doing the talking to. Besides, this place must stink of my camphor oil. Now, Ben's to be away by 5:30, so you come back around then. And I wouldn't mind seeing a ring on your finger when you do.
Your escort is in the yard.
I'll be back by 5.
Is anything wrong?
No, but Mrs. Aggie's a dreadful cold. She'll hope you'll excuse her.
Of course. And how are you?
Very well. Except that I've been lonely and longing for today to come.
No more than me. No more than me.
Well, daughter.
Not him. Not now.
I see you're ready for out. And who's your friend?
My name's Bernard Thompson.
And where are you taking my daughter?
That is between me and Mr. Thompson, sir.
I see. Sir, is it? After 10 years I come back and it's sir, is it? What a welcome. You're flesh and blood. You treat me like a bad smell. Anyway, I've got a present for you. A ring for the lady. Rings on her fingers. Away. Here, now, look at that. And that's no cheap kit, I'm telling you. Now, you always remember, I give it you. Your father. Your own flesh and blood. What do you say?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Well, seeing I'm not wanted, I'll be on my way. Next time, daughter, you'll welcome me one day, you hard young bugger.
Sorry. So sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
Oh, lad, we've got to get her married. Unless we do, she'll not be safe. God knows what would happen if them legal snots let her father have her. And if he is in with Boswell, well, they're going to have the money to take it to court. And there's Mr. Bernard Thompson. He's ready and waiting.
I'll tell you something. If a fella in Thompson's class took a lass out without her having what is called a chaperone, the lass would lose her good name. In fact, from what I hear and read, any bloke who had respect for a lass wouldn't risk it. Now think on that, Aggie. Aye. Think on it.
Are you sure you don't want the rug round you? It's surprisingly cold.
Very hardy, you know. In fact, I'm quite tough.
Are you ready for tea? I love my tea, don't you? Rose has made some lovely little tarts, strawberry conserve. I believe there are biscuits from yesterday which will be quite satisfactory still. I believe there are, but I couldn't be sure.
Well, Aunt Chrissy, why don't you run to the kitchen and have the tea brought through? We've had a chilly drive.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, Bernard.
God almighty, Millie Forrester. I can't tell you. If I could tell you.
I know.
What a mystery you are. I keep asking myself how you are as you are, coming from that place. It's as if everything else gave up its chance of beauty for you.
But...
Yes?
You take me as I am, do you? You accept me as I am?
Yes, Millie. I do. And I always will.
It will be such a lovely tea. There were biscuits after all.
Have you ever been abroad?
No, I haven't.
Oh, my dear Millie, what pleasures await you. Paris, Vienna, Rome. Imagine if we could travel to those places together for months on end. But what does it matter? We have our secret 7-roomed castle, to which I can escape from the tired old world to you. As often as I possibly can, Millie. Every minute I can, I shall spend with you. If only things were different and we could be married, but you understand, and we'll have the next best thing. A freer thing, in a way. What's the matter? What is it? Oh, no. No, you must have understood. Please, don't look at me like that. I'm promised. I can't help myself. It's family. The shares in the mine from my godfather. I'm to marry his niece. Millie, please, you must have realised.
I realise I've been a bloody fool. Oh, I should have known.
Millie, if I'd had any idea, if I'd thought...
My mother hanged herself because she was used.
I love you.
And I asked myself, what's the difference? I'll never be a man's mistress. Never.
Millie, please. I love you.
Tell that to the woman you mean to marry. I wonder how she'll feel about it.
You can't leave like this. If you don't want me to, Corbett can drive you into town.
I'm used to walking, thank you.
It'll soon be getting dark, for God's sake.
Don't touch me!
Are you all right, miss?
Yes. Are you for hire, sir?
I have a passenger, but I'm sure he'll be willing to share.
No, thank you, sir. It's going to be, but I'm not so sure.
It's getting late.
Could you drop me at the market?
Aye, I can.
Thank you, sir. Do I know you, sir? You seem familiar to me. Perhaps we have met somewhere?
Aye. We've met, lass.
We're near the market now, I think.
He knows where he's going.
But we're in the market now. I want to get out, please.
You'll get out in a minute. When we get there. My little rag nymph.
Get out!
Let's get her in!
Stop it! Get in there!
Go on.
You. Go to Furman's Club, kitchen entrance. Ask for Peter. Tell him there's a parcel for Mr. B, whenever he's ready.
Aye, all right, Slim.
Aggie.
Is she back?
Should have been back here half an hour ago.
Why didn't you wake me up earlier?
I don't know. Anything could have happened. I never trusted that bloke.
So what are you going to do?
Don't worry about it. I'll find her.
Boss?
You better let me go.
Why should I? I didn't ask you to stop me carriage. Anyway, I've been waiting to meet you. Your mother cheated me. And now you're going to pay for it.
Oh, don't mark her! We don't want her marked.
Where'd you get this? Where?
My father gave it to me.
This is mine. I don't forget something like this. You know your dear father was going to sell you to me. 30 quid, that was the deal. 30 quid I was going to pay him. And all the time he's been stealing from me. Sort her out. Mr. B will be here any time.
Get your clothes off. I've had enough of this.
If you let me go, Mrs. Aggie can pay you.
It's no use, lass.
I've never... I don't know anything.
You've got to know sometime. It's all right, this one, you know. There's worse things, believe me.
Why the hell didn't you go with her?
She wouldn't have it. I offered to drive her, but she turned me down. I thought she'd be safe.
You thought? You should have seen her right. I hope you realise what you've done.
You're Ben's lass, aren't you? I can't do anything. But I'll get word to Nell and she can tell him.
Oh, please.
It's a risk. If he goes to the police, you'll disappear, and for good and all. You wouldn't be the first.
Look, she's gone. You can get that into your head straight away. How she's gone and where she's gone, I don't know, but she's gone. That nice, straightforward Mr. Thompson didn't want to marry her, that's for sure.
So she wasn't with him?
No. Thompson reckons he saw her running off on her own. I've looked everywhere, Aggie. I can't think of anywhere else.
Oh, my God.
Oh, don't, Aggie. Don't. Come on. Come on.
I read somewhere in the Bible once that the things you fear most come upon you. Oh, dear God, keep her safe. God help her.
Who's been a naughty boy, then?
What?
You son.
I've done nothing. I've done nothing.
Sorry, lad.
Do you know when Sergeant Fennick will be in?
He's away in Hexham. He'll be back tomorrow, most likely.
Well, what do you do when a person's reported missing?
Look, we do what we can, but it's not a lot. We haven't got the men. Most people go missing because they want to go missing, see? Shall I tell the sergeant who was asking?
What's going on?
You're not going to get away with this. I'll cause you more trouble than I'm worth.
Oh, I'll get away with it, lass. I've got so many of them in me pocket. I'm practically on the council. I'm used to trouble. It's meat and drink to me. Talking of which, eat it.
No.
Eat!
Don't mock! Don't mock! He'll be here soon. I'll give her a dose.
Well, he better be. Because if he isn't, I'll skin her alive. The little bitch.
It's a bloody stupid thing to do! When your client comes, be nice. And then Slim might not hurt you. He's been paid bloody good money not to hurt you. It's your only chance. Now drink this.
No.
Listen, you stupid little girl. Slim cares for money, but only so far. I wouldn't like to describe what he'll do to you. He's a vicious, dirty sod, and he'll take pleasure in it. So you drink this. If you bloody know what's good for you. Well, Slim's got her. I'm gonna help here. Just give me an hour. The first door in the cupboard alley. I'll leave it open. Nellie! Oh, no. For God's sake, be careful with that. It's razor sharp.
I know. Better go.
Ben?
Hello, sir. Come in. We have a little treat for you, sir. Champagne?
Yes. Champagne would be most appropriate.
She's a little nervous. Naturally.
She's been here since yesterday.
Aye. We left a message for you at the club.
I'm not carping, just lamenting the waste of time.
Come on, I fancy a drink. You'll not be in a hurry. Plenty of time for the feathers. We'll be found if needed.
Millie? Oh, don't be afraid, Millie. I don't want you ever to be afraid of me. Don't be shy. Just lie down for me, my little sweet thing. Lie down. Lie down!
No! No!
Get your filthy hands off her.
Come with us, Nellie.
I'm all right. You just get going. I know what to tell them. I'll get you a cloak. Now just go. Otherwise, my story won't help us. Now go on.
Oh, thank God you're safe. What's happened to him?
He's badly hurt.
Quick, get him on the couch. Oh, lad. Oh, my God. I'm going to fetch the doctor. Lock the door, good and proper.
I will.
Doctor. The lad will be all right, won't he?
He's strong. He should be.
Just at this moment, that's not good enough for me. I must know.
I can't tell you. I've done all I can. The wound's as clean as I can make it, but I won't predict the outcome.
Oh, lass, I'll have to go to bed. I'm worn out. Can you manage?
I'll be all right. You get some sleep.
I'll only take an hour or so.
Are you there?
Yes, Ben, I'm here.
I feel rotten, Mill.
You've got a fever, Ben. You'll go soon.
Aye. When most fevers go, they take you with them.
Ben, please. Don't talk like that. Don't talk. Save your strength.
I don't feel I've any strength left. I don't know about this, Mill. It's frightening me.
Please. I can't bear it. I couldn't go on without you. Please don't leave me. Please. So you have to get better because I need you. I always will.
Well, there are good moments in everyone's life. And I reckon this is mine. But if I don't get better...
You will, Ben.
No. Listen, I'm going to say this. Say I don't. I want you to get out of this hole. I've been thinking about it. You could make a living from a bakery. Pratt's is retiring, selling up. Ask Aggie. Shh.
His heart's beating as it should. The fever's gone.
Thank God.
Mrs. Walton?
It's Sergeant Fenwick. Quick, cover him up, hide the bandage. We'll say he's got my head cold, right? Well, sparing us your dinner hour now, are you? What have I done this time?
Nothing that I'm aware of yet, Aggie. How are you?
Oh, I'm not so well head and chest, you know. Ben's as low as could be with his, and she looks as if she's going down with it. Are you sure that you want to come in?
I've got a bit of news for you. I don't know whether you'll think it's sad or otherwise.
Oh, well, you better come in. Let's get it over with.
You all right, son?
I've been better.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, lass, but your father's dead.
What happened?
He was found in the river, but he'd been attacked beforehand, so it was as good as murder.
I see.
He wasn't the only one to be brought in.
No?
No. Boswell's been murdered. A knife in his heart.
Well, good riddance, I see.
And so say many, I'm sure. Hard business. One of Boswell's known clients, a man named Crane Boulder, he was found that night too. Half dead in an alley by his club. He'd been robbed. Even took his boots. Funny how these things go, eh? You all right, lass?
Would you be if you'd just learnt your father had been done in?
Aye, true. I'll bring your father's effects to you.
No. Thank you, but I don't think I want anything of his.
Understood. You take care of that cold, Ben. Make sure it doesn't get worse. Wouldn't want it spreading to your shoulder or anything, would you?
Aye.
I'm thinking of leaving here.
You? Now, that would be the day.
I mean it. I think it's about time I moved up in the world, don't you?
See you, Aggie.
Aye. Well, that was interesting.
He knows, doesn't he?
Of course he knows. But they couldn't get rid of Slim Boswell themselves. So I think they're well pleased that this one here did the job for them.
You know you're beautiful, don't you?
What?
I still can't believe it, you know.
Believe what? What do you mean?
You might still come to your senses about me.
Don't talk like that.
What, you mean you don't want to come to your senses?
I mean I'm in my senses. Stop it.
Well, whoever you'd have married, I'd have been jealous as hell. But if somebody came along tomorrow, some working man, a real man or a gentleman, and you wanted to marry him, I'd try to behave myself and not stand in your way.
What are you talking about? There's nobody like you. There'll never be anybody like you.
Well, there'll never be two of me in this town, that's for certain.
Oh, well, you stop playing yourself down. Because inside yourself, you're a big head. You think yourself just as good as anybody else, better than the next. Well, you do, don't you? So all I can say is, it's just as well I agree with you.
If I could see Millie. It was a terrible misunderstanding.
So you want to see Millie, do you? Oh, aye, you can see Millie, all right. If you can see your way to knocking me down and stepping over me, that's the only way you're going to see Millie. So, sir, get away from my door and never show your face again. Millie?
I'll speak to him.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Millie, I had to tell you how sorry I am. I put you in an impossible position. I didn't think of it from your side at all. I see that now. Millie, will you marry me? Will you?
No.
No.
Ben guessed you would come back. He gave me my freedom to say yes to you.
He did?
Despite all he has done for me, he stood aside. I think what he meant was that I must never regret not accepting you.
Then surely...
I surprised myself, as a matter of fact. I found it the easiest thing in the world to say no to you just then. So you could say I'm glad that you came today, because otherwise I might not have been so clear about my feelings.
Your feelings?
My love for Ben. We're engaged.
What?
I'm engaged to be married to Ben.
To that man? You can't be Millie. I am prepared to break off my engagement and marry you.
So? Now you won't have the humiliation that I undoubtedly would bring to you, and you won't have to break off your engagement. Goodbye, Mr. Thompson. Ben Smith, Jones or Robinson, you've never kissed me.
No. I never have I?
Now are you sure?
You're the only two Bains I've ever had or ever wanted. That's enough of that slop.
I love you, Millie. Always have.
I thought teachers were supposed to set an example.
We are, Mrs. Smith. We are.
Hey, go and teach your brats and leave the work to the real workers.
Aye. We'll see you later.
I think. Hey, watch out, Aggie. It's Mrs. Winkowski to you, son.
Raggy Aggie, you mean?
Hey, down! Hey! Hey, lads, come back here!
Hurry up!
Mate, Sweet!
Come on!
Stop that going! Hey, no! Go on, lads, after her!
Go home! Go home!
Out the way, missus!
Hold it till you are snuffs!
Stop!
Are you all right?
Stop, no! Gotcha! Get on! Stop! Right, come with us.
Come with me. Come on, then. Come on. Was that your mum?
Yes.
Do you know your way home?
Yes, but Mama has the key.
Oh, Mama has she? Who are you, then?
I'm Millie.
So what you going to do, Millie?
I don't know.
Well, have you got any neighbours? I mean, somebody who would take you in?
No, Mama doesn't have any neighbours. Not there. My uncles used to visit.
Oh, you've got an uncle.
I have one or two uncles. At least I think they were uncles.
Oh, God in heaven. Do you not have any other relatives?
No. Please, may I come home with you?
Oh, come on then. My mother must be on the game. Got run in by the police.
And Mother didn't use her and all, did she?
No, she's not been touched, you can tell.
Because there's old buggers as would sell their souls for a bit of humanity such as that one.
Aye, there is.
My name...
She'll go the same way one day, poor little bitch. Right, ton of the lot.
My God, Aggie, it's hardly worth collecting.
Take it or leave it, I'm not in the mood. Here. Come on.
What's this then? What's this?
You'll find out. Come on, Henny. Take your things off. Are you hungry?
No, thank you, but I'd like a drink, please.
Come on, I've got some water over here.
Thank you.
That's better. One day I'll go out like this and scare the whole population. See you tomorrow, my dears.
So what's your name?
Millie, what's yours?
Ben Smith, Jones or Robinson. Long time since I said that, eh?
You should know.
I was 8 years old. I'd heard that Billy Steele had died that morning, so there I was after his job. What's your name? Asked Mr. Winkowski. That was her dad, by the way. Ben? Ben what? Ben Smith, Jones or Robinson. Take your pick. And then he gave me a clout round the ear, and not gently at that. He took us on, though.
Your hands are very dirty.
Aye. And if you're going to stay here, you'll get your hands dirty and all before long.
She'll be home tomorrow. Our mother will be out. So, what's your second name?
Forrester. It's spelled F-O-R-E-S-T-E-R.
My. We've got a learned one here.
fork, please?
Get her a fork out the drawer. Have you got a dart anywhere?
My pa is dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It was when we lived in London.
There you are, madam. Is there anything else you desire?
You're teasing me now, aren't you? But I always have a knife and fork. It's bad manners to eat with your fingers. At least it is for children, anyway.
Mrs. Winkowski, there is what is called a diplomat in our midst. You know what you've done, don't you?
No.
I've not seen her laughing like that in years.
First time you've been picked up. They'll rough you up. You don't want that. So who are you with? Big Joe?
Big Joe?
Yeah, well, you're not with Slim Boswell, because I'm with him and I'd know. Hey, listen, love. If you're not with anybody, you better get yourself fixed up. Girls on their own round here have a pretty poor record of survival, like.
Thank you. I'll bear that in mind.
Yeah.
Aye, but she's bonny, that little un. Must have been brought up smart.
Aye, maybe. I cannot say her having a smart future. Her mother wasn't cut out for work by the sound of it.
I dried the plates and everything with the cloth.
There's a clever lass. Do you want a job? As in between maid? £1, 1 and 1 pence a week.
That's what my ma was. She was a maid for a lady. She will come for me in the morning, won't she? She won't go away, will she? I want her. I want my mama. I want her to put me to bed.
Come on.
Will you be sleeping with me?
Well, if you don't mind, miss.
Oh, no, I think I should like you to.
That's very kind of you. Move.
God bless Mama, and thank you for this day, and make me grateful for what I have. And God bless this big woman, lady. And please bring Mama back early in the morning. Amen.
Right into bed with you.
Do you have bed bugs?
No, I do not have bed bugs. A flea now and then, but no bed bugs. Now get in. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. It's just that I'm very particular about my bed. Now come on, love. There you are now. That's cosy, isn't it?
It's very nice, thank you. I can't sleep in the dark.
You got her off then?
Aye, at last. Why, she's got a tongue on her.
Ah, but you should see the way she left them dishes. You could eat your dinner off of them.
She's finicky, I would say. First thing in the morning, get yourself down to the station and see what you can find out about her mother. I know, but if Sergeant Fenwick isn't there, you don't have to talk to anybody else.
Blue bottles.
I feel the same way, but where there's a decent one, you have to encourage him. Do you hear me?
Aye, I hear you.
Good.
Bloody polis.
You're very big.
Aye, I am very big, and you're very small. And you've got too much to say, so go to sleep.
What's it like to be so big?
Go to sleep.
Hello, Smith, Jones or Robinson. What can we do for you?
You know that woman that they picked up yesterday? The one down at the market?
Aye, I know the one you mean.
Ah, well, Aggie was just wondering, like, what's going to happen to her?
Oh, she hardly seems to know what it's about. She's going to have to watch it, you know. Some of these lasses get in their way and you'll end up in a ditch. Anyway, what's Raggy Aggie's interest?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, and she says to tell you she's missed you the last couple of weeks. And are you keeping out of her way?
Don't be daft. I get some of my best tips from Aggie, so if she wants us to find out about this lass, I'll look into it for her. Of course I will.
Aye. Right.
Well?
She'll be up before the justice in the morning.
Aye, right.
What's going to happen to the young'un if her mother goes along the line? You don't mean to be rid of her, do you?
What's the choice? Look around you, lad. She's been brought up with schooling, with refinement. Can you see her fitting into this? You go soft in the head, you. It's all them books you're reading. I'll tell you this, you'll go blind reading them small pages.
Shut up, Aggie. Don't be daft.
Don't you tell me to shut up, you young prig, else you'll find the doors locked on you.
Good morning. May I get washed? I should have washed before I put my dress on. But when I see Mama and tell her, she won't mind.
Show her the pump.
I slept very well. It's a nice bed. Thank you.
I do beg its pardon, madam. Here. Come on. Hey, I tell you, that little un... If her mother has to do the month, Aggie...
What?
Well, you'll keep her here, won't you? Just until her ma comes out.
Not on your life, lad. What have I told you? What am I going to do all day? Take her with us. Even I have to dress the part or else I'm not trusted. What do you think she would do for us looking like that? And this place looks like a hovel.
Well, it needn't look like a hovel if you'd get off your big fat arse. That's the last time you do that to me, Aggie. I'd die of shame if I hit you back, and I might. I've levelled fellas who think I might be easy game, and you know it.
Is this milk for me?
Aye, me dear. And bread and dripping. Would you like some of that?
Yes, please.
And there's some bacon there.
It's a lovely morning, isn't it? Those heaps and clothes and things in the yard. What's they for? Is it a kind of shop?
Stop your jabbering and get on with your breakfast. And stay put until I come back.
Forrester. You have been charged with the offence of soliciting for the purpose of prostitution. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
Do you deny it?
No.
£1 or a month? Next.
Mama! Shut up! That's Mama. What are you doing to her?
Shut up! You have been charged with the offence of soliciting for the purpose of prostitution.
Nellie, who's that?
Don't know, she wouldn't tell us her name.
She's very nice.
She's well spoken.
Oh, I like that. I like that very much.
Mama!
Billy? Oh, Billy! Billy!
Come on. Yeah, love, now don't cry.
What's happened? Is Mama wicked?
No, of course she isn't.
Why has she gone away? What's she done? She shouldn't have gone. She loves me. She said she did.
All right, all right. She can't help it, you know. There's things in life you can't help. Don't cry.
Where am I going to go now? Am I going to stay with you?
Here.
Hello, Aggie.
She got a month.
They know what to expect if they go into that business. I'll walk with you. So, what are you going to do with her?
Hang on to her for the month, I suppose.
That's good of you. God knows what would happen to her if she was let loose. Boswell would soon do a bit of trade there.
I would. That swine was there just now, swaggering about as if he owned the place. If you know about him, why don't you arrest him?
We do, Aggie, we do. But you know how it is. He's supplying something that enough gentlemen want to make the charges fail.
There's not much that makes me sick, but...
Aye, I know, and me. Anyway, little piggies have big ears. And this little piggy, you're going to be all right. Aggie's going to look after you. I tell you what, if you want to come to church with me next Sunday...
Oh, no. She'll go to no Catholic Mass while she's under my care.
Come on, Aggie, what have you got against us poor Catholics?
Enough!
You're a good woman, Aggie, in spite of the muck.
Come on, girls.
Did you see that youngster?
Aye.
I've not seen such a valuable little item for a long time. I know the perfect client for that one. He'd pay. By God, he'd pay.
You run along and get yourself some water, then go on.
I knew you would keep her.
Well, you knew more than me. Was the last intention in me life to saddle myself with her. Hey! You're going to have your work cut out.
Oh, aye.
Because it'll be up to you to look after her most of the time. See how you like having her round your feet all day. A month is a long time.
I'll see to her.
Socks.
Shoes.
Hats.
Skirts.
Loads of hats. Oh, loads of hats. Hats.
Pair of
hats. Dresses.
Miss Aggie.
What? What is it, child?
He's stealing them.
What? Right, you. Hey! Let's see what you've got in here, you. Get out of it! Get out of it and don't come back!
Can you hear me, please, love?
How much do you want for this?
Miss Aggie?
Tuppence.
Tuppence. But I wouldn't take it because it really is quite smelly now.
Where'd you find this one, Aggie?
Is she vexed?
Wait a bit here, eh?
can't stand it no more. There, pay your mother's fine, for God's sake. I don't know what got in me head. I never thought of it sooner.
I'll tell you what got in your head. It's that bairn out there.
Just go and pay it.
The gentleman who paid your fine would like to make your acquaintance, madam.
Good morning, Mrs. Forrester.
Thank you for paying my fine.
Please.
You really do need help, you know. I could have made all this so much easier for you and your daughter. If only you'd joined my little circus. But you would strike out on your own, unadvised. The name's Boswell, by the way.
Boswell. Oh, yes.
You see, there's your daughter to think of. Let me tell you, I've only just found you in time. If any of the girls had caught you on their patch, you'd have had a broken bottle in your face. That wouldn't have improved your looks, would it? Indeed, your looks hardly need improving.
That's her fine. Complete. Mrs. Laura Forrester.
No, you're too late. See? A fine was paid this morning. She's gone.
Hello, lad. I've got something for Mrs. Winkowski, as a matter of fact.
Key to her lodgings. She begged us to get this to Aggie so she could pick up her belongings, like.
Aye, but Aggie wants to be rid of the bairn.
She won't, though, will she?
Don't think so. I don't know. It's all right, Nellie.
Slim paid the fine and took her on. Well, I doubt you'll keep her long. You'll get fed up. You need to be tough as boots and she's a satin shoes job. She'll not last. Anyway, I've got to go.
So she's joined Boswell. God help her.
Aye.
I didn't know you knew Nellie.
She's my cousin.
I can't reach the rest. It must be a long time since they were cleaned. They're very dirty.
Aye, it is. They are. And who taught you to do housework?
Why, Mama, of course, when we lived in London. Have you ever been to London?
No, I've never been to London.
Oh, it's the biggest city in the whole world. It goes on and on and on, and on and on.
You've been lucky?
Yes, I've been lucky.
And you might still be lucky. You could be seeing your ma later today.
Oh, Mrs. Aggie? Oh, will I? Oh, thank you, thank you. You'll like my ma. She's very pretty, you know. Well, you saw her, didn't you?
I'll tell your ma what a good girl you've been, cleaning the place for me. What's happened? Where is she?
Slim Boswell paid her fine. She's out already. And Nellie reckons he's not so much interested in her. He's interested in the bairn.
Oh, my God, what are we going to do? All this because the police haven't got the nerve to close the swine down.
Well, that's his mother sent you this. To get her clothes.
I shouldn't be landed with this. I shouldn't.
Fenwick said that the authorities will probably be round after the little one. Then you'll be able to be rid of her.
Aye, there's always them.
Aye. She's just a blind nuisance after all, isn't she? We'd hardly notice her gone.
Sir! What's going on here this morning?
Anything the matter, sir?
No, nothing.
What's happening?
She's not performing.
Right. Leave it to me. You all right? You're not used to this, are you? Well, you're no use to me, then. You can make friends with some sailors.
Oh! Oh!
You're for the boat.
Nobody would steal a hand cart.
It's happened before. You get the bags. Right.
This is it, Mrs. Aggie. This is Mama's room. This is where she came with my uncles. It isn't a very nice place, but as Mama said, as long as we kept it clean, and it was only for a short time. The house we had in London was so nice.
Come on. There's no time for crying. Let's get on. Oh, now stop that. Stop it. Sort these clothes out, fold them on the bed, and then we'll put them in the bags.
Why? Mama will be coming back.
Do as you're told. Your Mama sent word for me to do this. I told you. You've got to stay with me.
Where is she really?
I told you. She's sorry, but grown-ups can't always do what they want. She had to go to London.
I don't believe you, Mrs. Aggie.
You don't? You don't believe me? Right then, miss, you can stay here and say to yourself then.
I can't. I'm afraid.
Ah, you are, so let's hear no more of it.
I'll arrange the shipment. We'll give her something to keep her quiet. Then you take her down to the boat in time for the tide.
Captain Larson, the Trinitas.
Aye. He'll be away on the last hour of the flood. He's already come up with the money.
What the hell are you playing at, you stupid bitch? She's hanged herself.
There you go.
She hanged herself.
She's hanging there. She's dead.
What's going on? Out me way.
Look after laddie and don't talk to anybody, right?
Yes, Mrs. Aggie.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, you're a bonny lass, aren't you? You're very nice. Very nice indeed. We're going to the fair, aren't we?
Aye.
Do you want to come? My little rag nymph.
Aye, it'll be fun. I think you'd be fun and all.
Thank you, but I can't. I have to look after Laddie.
Oh, you don't need it. He's tied up.
Aye, come along, love.
Aye, you'll enjoy it, eh? Hey. Come on. Come on, eh? Come on, eh?
Don't! Miss Aggie! Miss Aggie!
What is it?
That man, Mrs. Aggie, that man, he tried to take me away with him.
What man? Where?
The man who was at that court place that day, when I last saw Mama. You remember?
Aye, I remember.
He asked